Welcome to Jewish Inspirational Stories. We're reading from the book Living Emunah. Everything will be clear. The Zohar comments that whenever the Torah uses the word it alludes to some form of calamity or crisis. The Chassidic David raises the question of how this principle applies to the pasuk in the very beginning of the Torah. There was light. What kind of calamity could possibly be referred to in the context of the creation of light? The Chassidic David answers this question in light of the Gemara's comments regarding the pasuk. You shall say that day, I thank you, Hashem, for having been angry with me. In the Messianic era, we will all thank Hashem for what had initially appeared as an expressions of anger, for the Yisurim that he had afflicted upon us, as we recognize that they were actually for our benefit. The Gemara gives the example of two people who were rushing to catch a boat for their respective business trips. One made it on time, but the other accidentally stepped on a nail and was unable to walk, thus literally missed the boat. The man was upset and frustrated, and bemoaned his misfortune. Later, however, he learned that the boat sank. He thereupon turned to Hashem and thanked Hashem with all his heart for making him step on that nail, whereby his life was saved. In the future, we will all see how every bit of Yisurim we endured during our lifetime was actually a great blessing, and we will all turn to Hashem with praise and thanksgiving. On this basis, the Chassidic David explains the pasuk, Vayehi Or. All the Vayehi in our lives, all the misfortune and distress, will in the future be transformed into Or, into light. It will become perfectly clear why everything happened and why even the seemingly unfortunate events were really the very best thing by far that could happen to us. We will then be filled with joy and overflowing with gratitude to Hashem. Our challenge is to recognize the Or in the Vayehi already now, in this world, before everything becomes clear. And one of the greatest sources of merit that we can earn is by recognizing that everything is good, even now, before we are shown that it is so. We state in the Kaddish prayer, Hashem's name is praised, beyond all the praises that can be recited in this world. However, the word, the most, in which case this pasuk means that the most or greatest praise to Hashem is to praise given in this world, when we are as yet unable to clearly see how everything Hashem does is truly good and to our benefit. The highest level of praise is that which we express when things are outwardly appear bad, but we nevertheless affirm our belief that it is all good. And by expressing this praise, we earn for ourselves immense physical and spiritual reward. The Midrash Yoav writes that if Yoav had not complained about the misfortunes that befell him, and would have instead realized that they were actually good and to his benefit, then we would have included his name in the Amidah along with Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, meaning that instead of saying at the beginning of the Amidah, Hashem Avram, Hashem Yitzchak, Hashem Yaakov, we would have instead said Hashem of Avram, Hashem of Yitzchak, Hashem of Yaakov, and Hashem of Eov. He would have been as great as our holy patriarchs, attaining the level of spiritual devotion and stature as they. This is the awesome merit of accepting Hashem's will with love. Let us therefore have faith already in this world, before everything becomes clear, and we will then enjoy the great benefits of this merit, both in this world and in the next.